Hi guys, and welcome back to another Disney sequels video. Today we're going to be reviewing another Disney sequel. Come on, let's get those views in! You know what? You're right. I have been getting too comfortable recently. The Disney sequel's been doing really well, and I'm in my longest period of extended success on the channel, and I'm afraid to try anything else. But here's the thing. This seat, it isn't even comfortable. I don't even have a cushion. Look! This is the worst seat in existence. I have to sit on this for hours on end when I'm filming these videos, and today I'm gonna try something new. Step out of my mold, if you will. I'm gonna be talking about more Disney films. I guess this isn't actually that different, but it felt like it was. I procrastinated making this video forever, and today I'm finally doing it. We're going to be reacting to the worst Marvel theories. Or at least I thought I was, but after doing a quick search of the R fan theories Reddit, I actually liked a lot of them. Endgame confirms Vision wasn't actually worthy. You know, whoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. Thor's power is lightning, Vision doesn't get lightning powers. Doesn't that just make Cap's moment in Endgame that much better? Bruce Banner's suicide attempt changed his face. I mean, that literally provides an explanation for the actor change. I couldn't have more respect. Countless theories on how Doctor Strange only saw one possible victory out of 14,605 possibilities, because yeah, mathematically that does seem kind of unlikely. But after doing some digging, scouring through many a top 10 list, I have found the worst MCU theories, or, I mean, kind of. Some of them aren't that bad, but, you know. What if Thanos actually had a family who died on Titan? Thanos seems to have a weird thing with being a father. He seemingly adopts a number of presumably orphaned children from the worlds he cleanses. Yeah, okay, that is admittedly a bit weird. I always interpreted it as he wasn't able to father any children of his own, so therefore he just kind of adopts children, and you can't call that adoption. He's just stealing children from their dead families. That's not what adoption is. But nothing about my interpretation is canon in any way, so this is open to theories. I'm open-minded about this one. When Scarlet Witch is forced to kill Vision to stop him, he says,
"I understand, my child."
People generally assume he's talking about how he lost Gamora. I think he's talking about how long ago he lost his wife. No, I think people generally assume he's talking about Gamora because he was talking about Gamora, since he just killed her, and immediately after this line he says,
"Today I lost more than you can know,"
which is in reference to how he has had to kill his loved one, and now Wanda was forced to kill her loved one, and therefore he understood more than she could know. I don't think that's really up for interpretation. Like, where's this wife come from? You just pulled that out of left field. Like, I think the thing that drove him to madness wasn't simply losing his home planet, but losing his wife and child to the disaster that befell Titan. But, you know, I think losing his planet is perfectly good enough reason for him to be driven to madness. Not trying to defend him, I just mean, if Earth got destroyed and I was the only one surviving, pretty sure I would also be driven to madness. Whether I become a genocidal terrorist,
results inconclusive.
But I don't think I need a wife and child to be driven to madness after that. And it's the fact it's not mentioned. There's no wife or child ever mentioned. So you're really, again, pulling it out of left field. And what does Ebony Moore say to Thanos' victims?
Smile. For even in death, you have become children of Thanos.
And that's it. That's the final line of the theory. Yeah, he does say that. I have no idea what your point was, but he does, in fact, say that. On to the next one. What if Hela didn't destroy Thor's hammer and Captain America actually switched it out for a fake when he was going back to fix the timelines? So the premise of this one is basically that in Thor 4, which is very quickly going to become my favorite film to talk about, 44. Sorry, where was I? Oh yeah, in Thor Love and Thunder, Jane Foster is going to become female for She-Thor? No, that doesn't sound right. And therefore is going to wield Mjolnir. I can't say words, so I don't know. Why do you have such high expectations of me? But there's a problem because Mjolnir was destroyed by Hela in Thor Ragnarok, and that's where the theory suggests Captain America switched the hammer out with a fake. Perhaps at Doctor Strange's mansion, he secretly gives Thor the replica, and that's the hammer Hela shatters. Firstly, Doctor Strange's mansion? Yeah, I can totally picture it. Steve Rogers kind of just going up to Thor like, yeah, sorry, can I quickly snag this one? You can have this lovely fake one, though. You'll thank me in, like, 10 years time. And secondly, there's literally a scene in Thor Ragnarok where Hela is going through the artifacts in Asgard and knows all there is to know about them. Like, if she knew the gauntlet was fake, she's gonna know the hammer was fake. But no, apparently Steve Rogers, in the meantime of messing around with the timelines, just happened to produce a convincing enough fake to trick her? I'm not convinced on that one. I love Steve, but I don't really think that's in his skill sets. There are inherently going to be plot holes in this theory for sure. How come the hammer doesn't come to him when he calls? Or how can Cap get his hands on a believable replica? Honestly, I feel like I just watched the confidence drain out of this theory with those two lines. Like, yeah, there are holes. A lot of them. More than most theories, actually. Never mind. I don't know if reforging Mjolnir will keep Odin's blessing intact. Perhaps the hammer is reforged with Captain America going back to find the pieces, so you've just completely gone back on the theory now. It's all about Captain America going and finding the pieces of Mjolnir in Norway and putting it together. Apparently, I don't think that's what's going to happen. Here's the thing, I like the concept, and you're right, Mjolnir does have to return, but I'm not sold on Steve Rogers, and admittedly, stronger than average human, managing to work out a way to forge a pretty much perfect and working replica to a weapon made by space dwarves, for no other reason other than for plot convenience. But hear me out. What if Jane Foster goes looking for and finds the remains of Mjolnir in Norway, and being a talented physicist and someone who has been to Asgard before, manages to put it back together? I don't know, that feels more likely. Fixed your theory. That could be a full series, but don't get your hopes up. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. So the slight problem I've been finding trying to debunk bad MCU theories is that a lot of them are very long and in-depth, and this video is meant to be quick and entertaining, and I don't know, I don't think the point of this series is hardcore debunking. It's more just finding bad theories and having a laugh. But I'm gonna have to break that rule for this next one. I've read it through, it's massive, and there are so many things I want to go through, so strap in. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace a bit so we can keep the video tempo consistent. What if Bucky killed Spider-Man's parents? What? No. Well, he did kill Iron Man's parents. No, surely not. Right? Red and Mary Parker were S.H.I.E.L.D. agents that found out S.H.I.E.L.D. was compromised and were killed before they could tell Nick Fury. And that's the whole theory. If I can even call it theory. It's more of an idea. And yeah, so that was a whole long-winded joke because it was so short and funny, right? Anyway, talking about Nick Fury and Spider-Man, what if Nick Fury was actually MJ's father? So I just want to preface this by saying I do like the idea behind this theory. There just isn't much or really any evidence, other than the fact they're both black. But then the writer of the theory doesn't include that as evidence. Like, the genetic connection's never mentioned, so I don't, that seems like the most obvious point, but I don't know. Let's move on and go through the actual evidence. MJ is always creeping up on people. Like her dad, she's hysterically shameless when it comes to inviting herself into other people's lives. Yes, sneakiness. That's a trait I know I got from my dad. Do you want to just go for a quick sneak? Yeah, my dad's not very sneaky either. Many of her outfits are similar to Fury. Black coat, black shirt. I too am the son of Nick Fury. Can you not tell? In Homecoming, MCU MJ's hair covers one eye. Although it covers her right eye, this should be relevant. Are you saying she's covering her right eye with her hair as a tribute to the fact her dad wears an iPad? Where did you... MJ is observant. Notice she knows everything about Peter, as if she's keeping a file. Now, if this is going in the direction that Nick Fury has put his daughter on a mission to spy on Peter Parker, I am here for that. That would be so cool.
Excuse me, can we go already? Because I was hoping to get in some light protesting in front of one of the embassies before dinner.
MJ is a bit of a political rebel like her dad. What? On the surface, Spider-Man Homecoming sort of forgets about the government conspiracy stuff that the Captain America series spells out. MJ is the only person who is political, but she might be the only person with the knowledge of how dark the rabbit hole goes in the MCU, and maybe that's because it's affected by her personally. You see, that is a good piece of evidence, her knowing this inside information, and I know this theory was written before Far From Home, but it plays into her knowing that Peter Parker was Spider-Man. Like, I know it was kind of obvious and she worked it out. However, Fury, or Talos pretending to be him, I can't imagine if he's trying to keep his family a secret, letting his daughter go to school with a literal Avenger. Like, she gets in danger multiple times because of what he does. No, I'm not buying it. Unless that's the reason he's coming back. Again, I actually do think this could be a fun storyline to follow through with. You know, Nick Fury not knowing his daughter goes to school with Spider-Man and then finding out she's literally his boyfriend, and then you can have a more awkward moment with his girlfriend's dad than in the first film. Like, they can top that! Okay, I'll admit, this wasn't the worst theory ever, and for this video to live up to its title, I went digging for the next one. Through top 10 list after top 10 list after top 10 list, and I found the creme de la creme of bad Marvel theories, the holy grail. What if Peggy Carter was actually Iron Man's mum? Yeah, okay, this did come out before Endgame when it's just completely debunked in fairness, but still. What? Matter of fact, this theory is 5 years old, so just to get the benefit of the doubt, I'm only going to be working with the first 2 phases of the MCU. I think they got the idea from seeing Peggy and Howard together in the first scene of Ant-Man, maybe? I don't know, to be honest. Making Peggy Tony's mother would make sense. She knows and trusts Howard Stark, who we can assume is his biological father. Okay, but, you know, like, I hope we're clear here. Do you know how babies are born? Like, Peggy would have to literally birth this child, Tony, in your case. We also know that she's a very career-driven woman, and having a kid with Howard Stark would ensure that she'd never have to be stuck as a homemaker. Even if you're right, and she didn't want to be massively involved in the raising of Tony, which, side note, is massively contradicted by the fact she is shown to have had children in the Winter Soldier, but also, why wouldn't they ever come into contact in her later life? The world would know she is the biological mother. There is no way they could have kept that a secret, so why would Tony never speak to her or never even mention that he was her biological son? I mean, he didn't even go to her funeral. The only thing that doesn't quite work about this theory is the age. Nope, there are quite a few other problems with this theory. Most notably, Howard's wife, who is mentioned in The Winter Soldier. She's seen right there, and you have just completely disregarded her existence, so age is the least of your worries right now. What would this do for the characters? It would give Tony Stark another connection to Captain America, since both his parents interacted with Cap and helped him become the man he was. This reveal would make the conflict in Captain America Civil War seem even more personal for both the main characters. And in a weird way, that was kind of right. Even a broken theory can be a clock twice a day. And with that, what if Thor was actually Santa? I don't even think I need any evidence for this. I'm sold. Like, Thor Santa, that works. In some myths, Odin used to come to Earth and act as Santa. His 8-legged horse was a possible source for the 8 reindeer. Now Thor has Odin's magic, it is transforming him into Santa, and that's why he got fat and grew a beard in Endgame. You know what? Unironically, I love it. And I feel like this video is kind of peaked at that point, and I like to end these videos on a high, so I don't want to break the 4th wall, but this wall, it hasn't been broken at any point in this video. This is all special effects. You see? Gone. Not broken. That was all fake. Special thank you to Ali, Yuhan, Chase, Maddie, Christina, Haley, Jacob, Peter, Russ, Zach, Matt, another Jacob, Amanda, Catherine, Rachel, Motts, Jonathan, Ben, Veronica, and Jaden for sponsoring me on Patreon. If you want to see your name here and receive a host of other rewards helping me get to 100 patrons, make sure to check out the link in the description down below. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like. You can subscribe to my channel by clicking here. You can watch another video by clicking here. You can check out my Patreon as I just mentioned here and in the description down below. I'm running out of breath, so thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.